Bigger boobs, chest reductions, ab enhancements, and scrotox. Plenty of athletes have gone under the knife to fix the effects of knockout punches and body slams, or just look good while they get them. Noted for her strength and physicality, the late bodybuilder turned WWE star Chyna was one of the few female wrestlers who competed with men, which, at a time when women in the industry were hypersexualized, made her an anomaly.
I think it's becoming a pay-per-view event, that every time I do a pay-per-view, I end up losing my top or my pants.
She won the WWE Intercontinental title, the only woman to do so to date. But despite her athletic achievements, Chyna was plagued by anxiety about her looks. The wrestling star struggled with body issues for the majority of her life. She was deeply insecure about what she deemed to be her masculine appearance and spent much of her time chasing a dream of a feminine ideal. She underwent facial feminization surgery to soften her strong jawline. Still unhappy with her looks, she also had breast enhancement surgery, with her implants dubbed Chyna 2000s. She told the Toronto Sun's Mike Strobel, "I had the muscle, but I didn't have the cleavage. I wanted to be more feminine." In 2012, she made further changes to her jawline. Shortly before her untimely death in 2016, Chyna filmed an episode of the reality series Botched, seeking to correct her breast implants. The procedure, which was subsidized by the show, cost $80,000. Of all the unforgettable boxing moments, nothing comes close to Mike Tyson biting off part of Evander Holyfield's ear. In a widely hyped 1997 rematch, Holyfield headbutted Tyson. After the referee deemed it accidental, an already frustrated Tyson sunk his teeth into Holyfield's ear, tearing off a chunk of cartilage.
Goodness, he's got a bloody right ear. Holyfield bit by a dirty Mike Tyson.
At the time, Holyfield said, "He spit out his mouthpiece and bit me in the ear. I breathed deep, came back out, and he bit me again." Holyfield was hospitalized and had to undergo reconstructive surgery, but Tyson said he'd do it again, despite losing his boxing license due to the attack. Reflecting on the incident in 2014, Holyfield told the Los Angeles Times, "All your nerves are in your ears. It ain't a good thing. Getting bit just ain't right." Doctors were never able to reattach the piece of missing ear, which remains permanently scarred. However, Holyfield and Tyson have moved past the debacle.
Here you go. What's this? I'm glad we ironed things out.
In 2022, the pair launched a line of CBD products dubbed Holy Ears, which are shaped like, you guessed it, partially bitten ears. Soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo is approaching 40 with skin so taut it has an almost waxy finish, leading to speculation that he's had plastic surgery. Ronaldo wasn't always the walking airbrush ad he is now. In his younger years, he had crooked teeth, which he's admitted to rectifying with sparkling veneers, a broader nose, lower forehead, and, to our shock and horror, expression lines. According to surgeon Alex Caritas, Ronaldo likely underwent thousands of dollars' worth of plastic surgery to perfect his famous visage, explaining, "Fillers plump up an area where time has deepened the lines, such as smile lines around the mouth. Ronaldo's face is smooth there now, which could be because of fillers which are injected in fluid form into the skin." But it's not just his face that he's been enhancing with aesthetic treatments. The former Man United player has been allegedly tending to his, man parts. According to Spanish newspaper Marca, Ronaldo reportedly had Botox injected into his genitals. Dr. Esteban Sarmentero told the publication that the procedure, dubbed scrotox, is used to smooth out the natural lines present in the testicles, while also enhancing the size of the region.
Aren't you ready for your prunes to become plums? Now that's what I call a smooth set of luggage.
The effects of the treatment are not permanent, so Ronaldo can expect to find himself back at the doctor's every 6 months. From the age of 12, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been hitting the gym. In a YouTube video posted on his official account, he explained that he wanted a muscular physique from a young age, inspired by his father's love of a hefty workout. The wrestler turned actor achieved his goal, but there was one issue that no amount of working out could rectify. For many years, Johnson lived with gynecomastia, colloquially referred to as man boobs. Gynecomastia is a common condition caused by excess fat in the male chest area. Although benign, the condition can lead to anxiety and insecurity due to the social stigma around perceived feminine attributes. According to the podcast Something to Wrestle With, Johnson had chest reduction surgery in 1999. That's why he famously wore a shirt in the ring during his first stint as a WWE champion. Speaking to the Parker Center for Plastic Surgery, Johnson explained, "It was an aesthetic thing. I went in and showed the doctor, and he said, 'Are you crazy?' I was walking around with my shirt off all the time, so I had it done." Retired British soccer star Wayne Rooney shot to fame as a teen, ranked in the top 3 highest Premier League goal scorers of all time. But when Rooney's hairline began receding in his early 20s, he decided to have a hair transplant. Rooney has been pretty open about his plastic surgery experience. In 2011, he came clean on X, posting, "I was going bald at 25. Why not? I'm delighted with the result." Unfortunately, the transplant didn't take, so he had a second procedure 2 years later. This can happen when hair follicles fail to regrow, and a decade later, Rooney still appears to be balding. Hair specialist Spencer Stevenson explained to the Daily Star that he'll likely need further treatment to retain a lush hairline, saying, "Wayne Rooney's hair transplant is very good, but he simply got fine hair and had a large area to cover. Over time, he will have lost more native hair naturally, not the hair from his hair transplant." Whether he decides to undergo further transplants or not, it's Rooney's athletic talents, not his hair, that people will remember. MMA is a notoriously brutal sport. For Nick Diaz, one too many bouts of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu had a devastating impact on his face. Ultimately, the fighter opted for plastic surgery to repair the lasting injuries. In 2008, Diaz had surgery to reduce the scar tissue that had built up over his career as a result of his sharp brow bones. Surgery was vital not only for the MMA star's future prospects, but also his overall well-being. His trainer, Cesar Gracie, told Sports Illustrated, "We had a plastic surgeon look at it. He said that Nick's ocular bones are extremely sharp, and he's always going to cut and keep building up scar tissue. So, fortunately, the plastic surgeon was able to remedy that by filing it down and making it smooth, like someone that doesn't cut." The battered tissue was replaced by cadaver tissue, giving Diaz a better chance in the ring against someone who isn't genetically predisposed to getting cut. And Diaz's surgery was purely practical, not vanity-based, since the MMA star left his famously broken nose unchanged. Retired Colombian goalkeeper René Higuita was a force to reckon with in the 90s. With an incredible international track record, the soccer star was more than just a goalkeeper. Never afraid to pivot to an offensive role on the field, he ranks as one of the most prolific goalies of all time. But he is perhaps most famous for inventing the scorpion kick, which he performed when clearing the ball off the goal line in an exhibition game against England in 1995, effortlessly using his heels to save the ball. For all his athletic prowess, the soccer player has been open about his self-esteem issues, which were exacerbated by public bullying. For instance, he was once voted Colombia's ugliest icon. This was the catalyst for him to have various plastic surgery procedures on live television in 2005. He confessed to The Guardian, "I am tired of being ugly René. I want to be handsome René." His surgery, which was documented on the Colombian reality show Cambio Extremo, included a rhinoplasty, a chin implant, skin peel, eyelid surgery, liposuction, and ab enhancement. Higuita was rendered unrecognizable, but he still wasn't entirely happy with his looks and accused his surgeons of leaving him with multiple facial scars. Plastic surgery isn't always rooted in insecurity. For many transgender and non-binary people, surgery as a form of gender affirmation is vital healthcare. For instance, a 2022 study found that top surgery significantly improved the lives and well-being of trans and non-binary individuals. Basketball star Layshia Clarendon, who identifies as non-binary, revealed that they had top surgery in 2022. Afterward, Clarendon used Instagram to express their elation, writing, "It's hard to put into words the feeling of seeing my chest for the first time free of breasts. Seeing my chest the way I've always seen it, and feeling a sense of gender euphoria as opposed to gender dysphoria." On X, WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert praised Clarendon for raising awareness of trans healthcare and inspiring LGBTQ+ youth by going public with their surgery.
I've had to figure out how to set boundaries for myself so I can be healthy and whole and survive in this work too.
However, Clarendon has made it clear that surgery isn't intrinsic to a trans or non-binary person's value. Speaking to GQ, they explained that the decision to undergo surgery should be a personal one, rooted in how comfortable one is with their body, stating, "Top surgery didn't make me any more validly trans and non-binary. It speaks to the way we view bodies and the way we view transition."
We will never shut up and dribble because we refuse to be just used as entertainment, that athletes really do have the power to change the world.
Clarendon's story is a lesson in embracing one's authentic self. Though he's best known as the husband of Zara Phillips and son-in-law of Princess Anne, Mike Tindall was an immensely talented rugby player. In his heyday, he won the 2003 Rugby World Cup for England. But rugby is a notoriously violent sport, and Tindall's career left him with his nose damaged and lopsided. So he got a new nose in time for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding. During an appearance on Loose Men, Tindall explained that plastic surgery on his nose and teeth was necessary, as he was struggling to breathe. In fact, his nose had been so twisted from rugby tackles that it rested below his eye.
I was stopping breathing during sleep and stuff, so it needed to be done. I also had my teeth done, but that also needed because they crossed and they looked like a bag of chips.
He warned rugby players to use mouth shields so as not to wind up with mangled teeth. But since he was unable to breathe through his nose, wearing a mouthguard was out of the question. Tindall shared, "One day in South Africa, Francois Stain smashed me in the head, into my teeth. That's it. They're gone. Free medical. Perfect. Get a new set." British swimmer Rebecca Adlington has won multiple Olympic gold medals, but despite being a prolific and talented athlete, she's often been reduced to her looks. Scottish shock comedian Frankie Boyle famously targeted Adlington on a number of occasions, to the point where BBC execs admitted to being unhappy with the tenor of his jokes.
"She looks like someone who's looking at themselves in the back of a spoon."
During a 2013 appearance on reality show I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, Adlington opened up about the online hate.
I was an athlete, I wasn't trying to be a model, yet pretty much every single week on Twitter I get somebody comment on the way I look.
In 2014, tired of the toxic public scrutiny, Adlington had a rhinoplasty at London's elite Harley Street to make her nose smaller. However, speaking to the Daily Mail following the procedure, Adlington admitted that she was still feeling insecure, admitting, "I'm definitely happier with how I look now, but I wouldn't necessarily say happy. I think you still always see the same thing when you look in the mirror." Australian swimming champion Stephanie Rice is known for her prowess in the pool, but she once made a terrible mistake while practicing her backstroke. In a 2014 Instagram post, she wrote, "I'm probably the only person who has broken their nose swimming." In the comment section, Rice elaborated on what happened, posting, "I thought I must be getting close to the wall, so I flicked my head back to have a look, and boom." The accident occurred when she was a teen, and she felt self-conscious about the way her nose looked after it healed. It also caused her to develop chronic sinusitis, which can cause breathing problems. It didn't stop Rice from winning 3 gold medals at the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, however. Rice's Olympic glory gave her a global spotlight, so a lot of people were paying attention when she spoke out about undergoing 2 rhinoplasty procedures, one in 2012 and another in 2014. She revealed that she was thrilled not just with her new nose, but with the response she received for sharing her story, something she'd been advised against doing by some members of her inner circle. In 2015, she wrote in part on Instagram, "There is no better feeling than owning your decisions and feeling empowered." While Thaísa Menezes is widely regarded as one of Brazil's top female volleyball players, her back-to-back gold medal victories at the 2008 and 2012 Olympics wouldn't have been possible without the right team around her on the court. Her teammates were also a big help when, in 2009, Menezes decided to get a nose job and breast implants at the same time. She had to miss some training that year because of the double surgeries, but was so eager to get back on the court that she decided to cut her recovery time short. When she arrived at her team's training center, she still had quite a bit of recovering to do, as her considerate teammates discovered. Menezes told UOL Esporte, "They helped me a lot, even with the bandages. They put the clothes on for me because I couldn't lift my arm." Some coaches probably wouldn't be happy campers if one of their athletes delayed their training for purely aesthetic reasons, but Menezes' coach, Roberto Guimarães, was just as supportive as her teammates, telling UOL Esporte, "There's nothing better than feeling good. If it improves self-esteem, it's valid." As for why she decided to go under the knife, Menezes revealed that she thought she looked like a stick. She went on to say that she hated the way her profile looked so much that she couldn't stand to watch her games on television. Layne Beachley might have the perfect name for a pro surfer, but the 7-time world champ once felt insecure about her beach bod. Reflecting on her early surfing career on the podcast On Her Game, Beachley shared that she was always comparing her figure to those of other female surfers and feeling like she didn't measure up.
I don't think they'll ever be as good as the men, and that's the same in any sport. I think they just need to look attractive, dress well.
The Aussie athlete believed her appearance was keeping her from the lucrative sponsorship deals her contemporaries were getting. She explained, "I'm a shorter, stockier person, and I'm strong. And so I don't think that was the correct body to have. Everyone had the keyhole look through their legs, and I thought, well, I need that." That's why she had liposuction on her thighs at age 24. But Beachley later regretted the decision, which she made before winning a world championship. It turned out that to score a sponsorship deal, she just needed to prove herself on the waves. Eventually, Beachley carved her own space in the surfing industry by giving up being a Roxy cover girl and partnering with Billabong, sharing, "I knew that my power and my strength and my courage and my fortitude and my vision was the value that I was bringing." In beach volleyball, women's teams usually compete in skimpy bikinis, while their male counterparts rock baggy board shorts and tanks. There's been an ongoing debate over whether it's appropriate for female players to show so much skin during matches, and Holly McPeak's decision to get breast implants ahead of the 1996 Atlanta Summer Olympics fueled the argument that players' bodies were getting too much attention and may have hurt her chances of winning a medal. The Atlanta Games were the first time beach volleyball was an official Olympic event, and McPeak's teammate, Nancy Reno, was rumored to be unhappy about her partner's breast enhancement. In fact, Reno ditched McPeak for another partner before the games, but because they'd qualified together, she was stuck playing with McPeak in Atlanta. Reno insisted the boob job feud rumors were untrue, but told Sports Illustrated she would have liked a heads up from McPeak before she visited her surgeon. At the games, the top-ranked pair finished a disappointing 5th, and McPeak earned the unfortunate nickname Holly Twin Peaks. She later told Sports Illustrated, "If people want to come check us out because they're scoping our bodies, I don't have a problem with that because I guarantee they'll go home talking about our athleticism." In 2009, Australian hurdler Jana Pittman was unwittingly outed for having breast implants when her rep told the Sunday Telegraph Pittman had breast enhancement surgery after giving birth. The athlete later opened up about the surgery herself, telling Women's Day she felt the implants made her look less masculine. But when she set her sights on the 2012 London Olympics, Pittman was willing to sacrifice her own happiness if it meant increasing her chances of bringing home a medal. She decided to ditch her implants, explaining, "I want to feel the most athletic I can, to know that I'm standing on the track in London the fittest I can be." Pittman had her implants removed in September 2009, 14 months after they'd been put in. Sadly, she didn't get a chance to see if the change paid off, as a foot injury kept her from competing at the Summer Olympics. However, she didn't give up her dream of winning an Olympic medal. Like American hurdler Lolo Jones, she set her sights on qualifying for the Winter Olympics instead, and began training as a bobsledder. She made it to the 2014 Games in Sochi, where she and her partner finished 14th in the two-woman bobsled event. Paige VanZant has put her body on the line for the sake of her sports, first as a UFC fighter and later as a bare-knuckle boxer.
Don't even see a face, just be violent.
Nasty facial lacerations occur more frequently in the latter sport, which didn't concern VanZant too much when she signed her bare-knuckle fighting championship contract in 2020. She told MMA Fighting, "I have a plastic surgeon on speed dial and I can send him a text and say, 'Hey, you've got to fix me up.'" In a May 2023 Instagram video, VanZant told her followers that she'd seen a plastic surgeon for something other than receiving a fist to the face. "Boobies are literally the best thing ever. I bought mine. Best decision ever." However, a wrestling expert told the US Sun that stepping into the ring with implants is a risky move, as a blow to the chest could cause a rupture. But it's not like VanZant needs to take that risk anymore. In an August 2023 episode of Barstool Sports' Only Stands podcast, she confessed, "I've made more money in 24 hours on OnlyFans than I had in my entire fighting career combined." A year before her 2018 retirement, IndyCar and NASCAR driver Danica Patrick struggled with health issues. She was feeling fatigued and losing her hair, but she wasn't initially concerned, telling People magazine, "I thought maybe my hormones were off." Patrick had also gained weight, another potential symptom of a hormonal imbalance. Patrick didn't immediately connect her breast implants to her health issues because she'd had them since 2014 with no ill effects.
I did it because I wanted to be more perfect. Like, what's perfect, right?
But in 2018, there was an unsettling development. Her implants hardened. After 4 years of tests and internet research, she learned about a condition called breast implant illness. BII isn't recognized as an official medical diagnosis, but according to the FDA, thousands of breast augmentation patients have reported symptoms similar to Patrick's. Dr. Sean Parson told Good Morning America that BII is likely caused by an immune response that results in chronic inflammation.
Your body's fighting something, just like if it had an infection.
Parson removed Patrick's implants in 2022, and Patrick's health immediately improved. In a post on Instagram, Patrick revealed that her skin looked healthier, and she was breathing better, writing, "I had so much energy when I woke up." For many female wrestlers, taking hits to the chest has an added layer of risk because breast implants can rupture and leak. And in a January 2023 appearance on Anna Faris's Unqualified, SmackDown star Zelina Vega said her implants did just that when another wrestler performed a Northern Lights suplex on her during a match. The wrestler saw the silver lining, however, saying, "I kind of wanted them bigger anyway." Several WWE stars have had similar issues. After noticing that her breast didn't look quite right after a match, Scarlett Bordeaux decided to have WWE medical staff take a look.
And they were like, "Oh my God, yes, like one of your boobs is totally gone."
Charlotte Flair, meanwhile, has experienced ruptures twice. In 2018, she even got poisoned by silicone from an implant leakage. She posted to X, "My implant had been leaking for quite some time. It was one of the worst cases the doctor had seen." Flair underwent corrective surgery, but experienced the same problem in 2020, minus the poisoning, posting, "This time, I'm going with an option that I believe will solve the issue long time." Alexa Bliss arrived in the WWE at a time when the company was slowly starting to shift away from its historically sexist attitudes toward female performers. Even so, Bliss, a two-time women's SmackDown champ, faced backlash for her looks, with many accusing her of having breast augmentation. But Bliss's plastic surgery story predates her time at the WWE. In a WWE 365 special, Bliss explained that she had breast enhancement surgery at the tender age of 17. At the time, she was recovering from a near-fatal eating disorder, but her illness left her flat-chested. Bliss felt her body wasn't womanly enough, and she opted for surgery with the full support of her pediatrician, psychologist, and psychiatrist. In an interview with T95 The Rock station, she explained, "I will never regret doing that for myself because it helped me get over my eating disorder and my body image issues." Bliss also had reconstructive surgery on her nose after a series of brutal bouts, sharing, "After 6 broken noses, it finally collapsed." If you need help with an eating disorder or know someone who is, help is available. Visit the National Eating Disorders Association website or contact Nita's Life Helpline at 1-800-931-2237. You can also receive 24/7 crisis support via text. Send NITA to 741-741.